All right, let's get straight to it. According to some pretty sharp analysis from Viking Trading Skole, something massive just happened in the global financial system, and almost nobody's talking about it. We're going to break down exactly what went down and what it could mean for you. Yeah, I mean, it's over. That's the core message from the source material we're digging into today. A huge shift in the financial world is happening right now, kind of flying under the radar, but the implications, they are massive. So here's the central claim from Viking Trading Skole, and it's a big one. They're saying the US dollar as we knew it just broke, and the mainstream media is totally ignoring the biggest story of the year. They're calling it a Great Devaluation. So our job in this explainer is to figure out what on earth they mean by that. Okay, so what's this big red alert all about? Well, the source argues that a deal that's been propping up the US dollar for something like 50 years, the Petrodollar system, is basically finished, done. And the trigger for all this, the thing that kicked it all off, it's Saudi Arabia joining a project called mBridge. Now, what's really important here is what mBridge is. Think of it like a brand new set of financial train tracks for global trade. It's led by China, and here's the kicker. It completely bypasses the old US-controlled SWIFT network. This is a direct challenge to the way business has been done for decades. Now, to really get why this is such a bombshell, you have to look at the bigger picture. And the source points to this one number, 92%. That's how much purchasing power the US dollar has lost since 1933. This has been a slow-motion trend for a long time, and it's the backdrop for everything that's unfolding right now. And this chart just paints the picture so clearly, doesn't it? What a dollar could buy you back in 1933? Well, today, that's worth about 8 cents. The argument here is that the end of this petrodollar deal could hit the accelerator on this trend in a big way. All right, things can get pretty complicated when you talk about geopolitics. So to simplify all of this, the source uses a really great analogy. They say you should stop thinking about one single global economy. Instead, you need to picture it like a playground with two teams in a head-to-head competition. So, on one side, you've got Team G7, the established players, the US, Europe, Japan. They've basically owned the playground and made all the rules for a very long time. But on the other side, you've got Team BRICS. And this team is getting bigger and stronger, now with powerhouses like China, Russia, India, and crucially, Saudi Arabia. We're talking about a group that represents 3 billion people and some of the fastest growing economies in the world. And here's the punchline. With this new project mBridge, Team BRICS doesn't have to play on the G7's playground anymore. They've gone and built their own playground with their own rules, and they don't need anyone's permission to use it. So that begs the question, right? What exactly is this game-changing technology? What is this mBridge thing that's making all of this possible? Okay, let's break it in plain English. mBridge is basically a shared platform where countries can trade with each other directly, using their own digital currencies, what they call central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. The simplest way to think about it, it's a new financial highway that lets you completely drive around the old US dollar toll booths. So why is everyone jumping on board? Well, according to the source, it's pretty simple. It's built to be faster and way cheaper than the old systems we have now. And again, the biggest feature is that it completely bypasses the SWIFT network. That's the strategic advantage. And it's why you're already seeing huge global banks like HSBC getting involved. They see which way the wind is blowing. Okay, so given this whole new battlefield, the source material doesn't just leave you with the problem. It actually proposes a game plan. They call it a series of tactical raids, strategic moves you can make to position yourself for the next few years. The analysis from Viking Trading Skole boils down to 5 key asset classes that they think are worth watching. They've broken them down into 3 main groups: the global reserve asset, the new infrastructure, and the utility players. Let's take a look at what they've picked out. All right, here's the breakdown. For that global reserve slot, they point to Bitcoin. Why? Because it's a neutral asset. It has no country. It's a potential store of wealth that isn't controlled by any single government. Next up, for infrastructure, they're looking at Ethereum and Solana. The thinking here is that these are like the apples of crypto, the foundational layers where a lot of these new global payments are going to get settled. And finally, you have the utility and AI players, Toncoin and Render. These, they argue, represent the new AI-powered economy that operates totally separate from the debt of any one nation. And all of this brings us to the core idea, the whole philosophy behind this analysis. It's not about trying to perfectly predict the future. It's about building your own financial shield wall, a defense to stay resilient no matter what happens. And this right here is probably the most important takeaway from the entire analysis. You can't control what China or Saudi Arabia does, but you can control what you hold. You see, you can't control these massive geopolitical shifts, but you have 100% control over your own strategy and what you choose to put in your portfolio. So, the final verdict from the source is, well, it's pretty blunt. They believe that ignoring this massive shift is the fastest way to get poor. In their view, just being unaware of what's happening is the biggest financial risk you can take right now. And that really leaves us all with a pretty big question, doesn't it? Is your portfolio actually prepared for this new multi-currency world? Because based on this analysis, the era of a single dollar dominating everything might be coming to an end. So the real question is, what are you going to do about it?